Hello, everybody. Dave Neal here, stand up comic and host of Bachelor Nation News. Happy Hump Day. Happy Thanksgiving Eve, and happy day after Bachelor in Paradise finale. Can you believe it? We got to the finish line like a marathon. We've all crapped our pants, we're dehydrated, and we're not really feeling too good. We carbo loaded with fettuccine. All right, let's get into it. That's an Office reference. Kate apologizes to Logan, but not after he absolutely bodies her, eviscerates her, tells her how it is, and really comes off shining. I could have never imagined Logan would come off so good. Not only is he charming and funny, but he absolutely knows his lane and he just attacks from it. So I'm going to read the transcript that what he said on last night's Bachelor in Paradise, and then her apology, which came weeks after that. She didn't apologize right away. She played into the game. She played the villain, and now she's feeling burned. She's turned off comments on Twitter, and you guys have let her know how you feel about classism. Now, a lot of people think I rail on politics, but a lot of my issues really deal with the class system. Left or right, it doesn't really matter. It's billionaires versus the working class. Of course, sadly, last night we saw a tragedy play out at a billionaire's store, a Walmart, a store that's owned by the Walton family, who are worth billions, and their employees barely make minimum wage. They live off of subsidies from the government. It's really socialism is what it is, because they don't have enough pay, that they don't have health care, and it takes people with mental health problems and takes it to the nth degree. Of course, we saw a tragedy play out there. How do I relate that back to this story? Well, it's classism. That's all it is. It's somebody who's worth more money, Kate Gallivan, or with a lifestyle that's worth more, and she uses material goods to judge Logan. And then she says, oh, it's not about the car, it's not about this, it's just about your aura. So Logan says, no, I worked really hard to get to where I am, and I'm super proud of that. And I can't help but feel like Logan speaks for a lot of people, including myself, who feels like I worked really hard to get where I am. And I could, Logan could have been a realtor like Kate is. He probably could have made big commissions like Kate does. But instead, he pursued a creative art that doesn't pay off right away. And it involves a lot of sacrifices. We'll get into that right now. Do me a favor, follow me on Bachelor Rush Hour, my new podcast. It's been out for less than a month. It's doing great. It's got something like 40,000 downloads, hundreds of reviews. I appreciate everyone for being a part of that community. I do have to say, though, real quickly, with regards to Bachelor Rush Hour, I appreciate all the positive reviews. We're getting so many. But the negative reviews can be kind of confusing to me. Someone said, wanted to pop this one while cleaning to get my Bachelor gossip fix. That's what this is supposed to be, right? I do not care about Dave's opinion on the Twitter, Elon Finasco. I'll say this. The Bachelor Rush Hour is a podcast where I play all of or most of the different YouTube clips on audio format, but I'm also going to interject like a 5 or 10 minute intro that includes other news I see interesting. That way, it's fresh content for the YouTube audience that can go watch that can go listen to the podcast, and vice versa. So just please leave it. The people that I thought this would be X, Y, and Z, and it's not. Does that mean it deserves a 2 out of 5 stars? No, just go find clickbait if you want nothing but Bachelor propaganda. I incorporate the world as it not only mixes with Bachelor Nation, but how it mixes with me, a member of Bachelor Nation. So if something big is happening in the world, you're damn right I'm going to talk about it. The only other negative reviews have been people who don't like my political points of view, which I can totally understand because people can't hear anything but what they want to hear. All right, let's get into this story. We have her apology. Logan dunks on Kate. Where do we even begin? Let's start with Logan's outfit. He looks like he's about to sell something on Shark Tank. He's like, for 20% of my company, I will stare you down. Please enjoy this terrifying image of me moments before the reunion. Relax, I just want to take some pictures. What the pizza rolls see through the microwave door. There he is. Of course, Logan did nothing but rock it. He trimmed the beard. Bachelor takes his Logan's response was great. I'm so glad we all got to see him in a different light. He will always be him, and I have mad respect for him. If you haven't been caught up on the story, Kate basically told every single person on the beach except him that she doesn't know if she wants to be with a guy who drives a Nissan and can't afford an Equinox. Now, in Kate's defense, I've mentioned this before. It's kind of like how Thomas would always comment on his height. He's like, I'm 6'8". Thomas used it as like a crutch, like as an icebreaker. Oh, I'm going to talk about my height. Kate Kate's way of relating to these other women, as far as I'm concerned, like to give her the biggest benefit of the doubt that I could, is to be like, oh yeah, I need a man who can take me on a yacht. I need a man who can take me to Ibiza. Oh, so funny, you go, girl. Like that type of vibe. That's how I took it. Now, it doesn't mean it's wrong. Truth is said in jest. That's what she wanted, and she was nervous that Logan wouldn't be able to live up to her lifestyle, right? So here's her apology. And again, this apology comes days after making fun of the fact that she was in Cabo and Logan couldn't afford going to Cabo. And Logan said, actually, I can get to Cabo with my Costco travel card. You know what I mean? So it could have been a scenario in which she was trying to diffuse a situation with humor, but it came off like a double down. Look, I'm giving her every benefit of the doubt. You know me. I'm trying to see this from all sides, benefit of the doubt. But it's not stopping her from getting roasted. So she's got it set so that basically all of Bachelor Nation could hear her criticize Logan for not being able to afford her. And when it comes to dealing with scrutiny, she basically turned her comments off. She said, in light of the reunion tonight, I want to speak directly to you all. I deeply apologize for the classist things that I said on Bachelor in Paradise this season. I was shocked when I saw the show myself, and I cringed just as much as you guys did watching it back. If I could take it back, I would. I've apologized to Logan, but want to extend that apology to anyone who may have been offended by those comments. I have nothing but respect for Logan and the rest of the cast, and I'm still so grateful to have gone on the adventures with him. So just let's define classism right here. Define classism. Let's just see what we have. Prejudice against or in favor of people belonging to a particular social class. Okay, so that's really what it comes down to, is like her looking down on him. And the commenters did not see this as a good apology. I was shocked when I saw the show myself. Girl, how? These aren't one-off comments you made. They were the entirety of your issues with Logan and the crux of your many, many jokes about him. She's trying so hard to distance herself. Right there. She just put in an Instagram story 2 days back about how Costco card could not afford a trip to Cabo. This was months after the show aired without any edit. Fakest apology if there ever has been one. Something tells me she is not going to come off well tonight, and she's trying to do preemptive damage control. I will translate. I'm getting negative comments online and none of the opportunities I wanted, so I guess I will apologize for something I said multiple times. See if this helps. She started with, I was out of line, and steamrolled right into, but that was private talk with my girlfriends. Okay, so that's exactly what went down. She tried to defend herself. Now, I'm going to share with you the screen grab of what I write. These are just the notes I take while I'm watching the show. Kate Gallivan speaks. Jesse calls out her concerns about financials. Kate addresses Logan directly. She said the way her concerns came across were out of pocket. She says she was vocalizing those concerns to her girlfriends in private and didn't want him to hear. Logan says, we were mic'd. There were cameras around. So this is Kate basically, like I've said before, falling on the whole, no, it was just locker room talk. This is how locker room talk works. Oh no, this is how just girls talk when they're at brunch with their other girls. Maybe girls get around and go to brunch and talk about the penis sizes of their boyfriends. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. That doesn't even offend me. Not whatsoever. But she knew he was going to hear this, and she wasn't able to adapt to the filmmaking situation. Kind of like, when people like Brendan Moraes are caught on a hot mic, it's like, yeah, you probably do talk about your Instagram followers when you're not on camera, but this was a chance, like, you got exposed. That's just what happened. Kate says it wasn't about the car or gym membership. It was symbolic of something bigger that was lacking, bigger being a checking account, maybe a Roth IRA, whatever. And again, you could make an argument that Kate was valid in wanting a guy who was at the same socioeconomic or financial level as her. You could make that valid argument. The way she came across, though, was looking down upon him. It wasn't just a transactional argument. It was a holier than thou. I want somebody who can afford to spend $100,000 on their pet, if they, that type of deal. So here's what Logan said, and this is a rough translation that I typed out. Logan says, and he says this to her from his heart. You can hear the voice almost crack a little bit because it's true, it's genuine. Logan says 4 years ago. Let me, and this might even, this might warrant some music here. Put a little bit of this on. 4 years ago, I moved to Southern California with nothing but my car, and I wanted to work in film. For a while, I was a scuba instructor. I walked dogs to get by. I did whatever I could. I ended up building an amazing career using a camera. It took a long time. And she made fun of me for it. She tried to humiliate me for it. I wish you did say it to me. It would have cleared things up and I would have explored other things. It would have showed me who you are. Logan for president. Okay, guys, come on, right? Logan nailed it. He had time to really think about this. And you know what? Here's the thing. A lot of concerns that happen in Bachelor Nation, we play this like gender divide, like, well, team men, team women, team Greg Grippo, team Kate. Like, we go back and forth because we can empathize with people based on, the truth is, humans empathize with people easier based on gender or skin color or class system. So if someone's in your class, blue collar, whatever it is, you can empathize with them because you know what they go through. So we have an audience full of people that understand the struggles that Logan has gone through, because it's a tough time out there for the, in economics, right? It's a tough time out there for people. My generation is the first to make less than our parents. The household, my generation is saving 80% less than our parents did at this time. It's a tough time out there, a very tough time for a lot of people. So I think a lot of people could feel the feelings that Logan is feeling, saying, I worked my ass off for that Nissan. Guys, I drive a 2004 Toyota Matrix. 2 of the door handles don't work, 3. 40% I have 5, including the trunk. 2 out of my 5 door handles work. I am so grateful that my car has air conditioning. I'm so grateful I can show up and talk to you guys and get paid by Google and YouTube and have an audience. I don't take one iota of everything that I've earned from this channel and from everything else I do with a grain of salt. I'm doing a stand-up show in Cincinnati tonight in front of who knows who, probably not even making enough to cover the cost of my beer. Like, I take so much pride in every creative pursuit I do. And it makes you wonder, does Kate not value, or is she unable to see all the things that Logan has done to get to where he is? That guy is a fighter, okay? And we need to embrace fighters. For anyone out there who's on the fence with somebody, take the person who took the road less traveled, the path less traveled, take them because they're fighters. Okay? They're pursuing a life that wasn't given to them, and they're working their ass off for it. And that type of person will succeed against all odds. Those are the people you want to invest in. Not somebody who can just like make a giant commission because they have a good jawline and they can sell houses. That's fine too. But is that really more valuable than the arts? We just live in a world where a lot of people don't value a lot of things because the payday might not be there. All right, folks, let me know what you guys think. The final thought that we'll have here is what Clay Harbor said, right? He's so funny with his Twitter. He said, Kate is looking for a rich guy on The Bachelor. Doesn't she know that 82% of people go on The Bachelor because they want to make money? My guess is that Logan's going to do just fine with his career in filmmaking, and accompanied by his ability to manage situations with humor, with grace, and all the other sort of aspects that he has. His toolkit is overflowing right now. I wish Kate well, but my investment is on Logan. More content coming your way. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on that. We'll talk to you shortly.